Okay, I don't know why, but we're going in because apparently
we have a game.
we have a game. Let's go into. Let me see if I can find the right one. That was the right one. All right, so into the first game of the Team Kings versus Warship Club collaboration 2v2 tournament, and we are in. Let me quickly swap the teams around. Just like that, and here we go. All right, so Bohemia, no neutral trade market whatsoever. So I'm interested
Good thing
to
I'm
see.
a caster and not a player.
Yes, so I would like to see. I'd very much like to see you go for that trade, because it's a very awkward trade map, especially with the orientation we actually see here.
Yeah, no, this ooh, okay, we got an early barracks coming out of Masel, our Mongol player. I will probably be referring to players by their civs, just so everyone knows, because it's going to be very difficult for me to keep tracking names. But we do have Masel and Shaker playing on Gummi Bears as the Mongols and French, respectively, on the north side of the map. And it looks like we do have an early barracks coming out of Masel, so it looks like we're going to get the classic tower rush. Admittedly, tower rushing against, both Byzantines and HRE makes sense, so I'm not entirely surprised by this. But it looks like, based on, you would hope that he's going to end up running into, or you would assume that he's going to run into Malý Libi, our HRE player, on the other side for the town center terrorists, would be who he's going to run into, and just try to deny, I guess, gold. But Malý Libi actually went for a barracks of their own, so HRE is prepared for this and is ready.
I mean,
and
you know what's coming, right?
You know the tower rush is coming.
Yes. So this makes
tower
sense.
rush is really that good in teams, though?
On this map, it's a little bit closer than it thought it would be, and also I saw some chatter in the background that that's a very early tower. I did see some chatter that Bohemia had a little bit of broken spawn sometimes, so almost on par with Golden Pit. So
no. That's not what you want to. That's not what you want to hear.
Yeah. IRC, I hear you. If I click this button, this happens.
Don't click that button. Please don't do that again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Anyways, 3 spears are out for the HRE. It's not too terrible. Well, unless he loses his scout.
Oh, wow. Is he actually gonna... How did he survive that?
It's one of 3 stabs, grabs the prelate. Healing still happens. I don't see the villager. I don't think there's a villager. Let's move it out.
There isn't. He only has 2 on wood, which means he can't support a tower.
Yeah.
So
well,
he's intentionally not making a... He's not planning on making a tower.
Yeah. So there we go. Jiggly dropping a tower as well. Has aged up. It is the Grand Winery. And I do smell some merc units being put out here. As well, tower's going to be able to go up. We need to see if Malý Libi can actually hold this, though. I mean, prelate and a couple of spears. He needs...
They can do a lot of work, but I don't think they can hold off, 8 spears?
I mean... Looks pretty good so far. Loses 1 spear, though. Trying his best to heal it. Remember, if he loses this prelate, it's actually going to be pretty brutal here. It might bring them back as well. And Jiggly surprisingly hasn't pulled the accuratory defense.
Well, the tower does manage to go up, but the prelate is getting chased down. I think he'll make it to the TC, so the prelate's gonna be fine. I guess this is I'm not entirely certain who to call this in favor of. I think that this is overall. Oh, okay. Well, if we're going to delay an Aachen Chapel, then it's definitely in favor of Gummi
I
Bears.
mean, delaying it is.
I'm being generous with my terminology here. Leave me alone.
Sure, sure.
I would say overall that was a Gummi Bears favored trade. A little bit of mismicroing at the end there, but if he's, come on, he could have picked up at least one more spear. Yeah, I think Masel came out on top personally. Like forcing towers out of two people, kind of got Malý Libi to build a barracks in the Dark Age. I think it's fine.
I mean, it's certainly something. One thing you can actually do that's not somewhat, so you can pop in the prelate like this, and now you actually see all of the vills, and then he pops it back out just to heal it. And this timer, right, you gotta remember, it's like 35 seconds, I think. So you actually have a lot of time to actually do this with. Now, Shaker is actually coming in with a couple of knights here as well, so there's tower. Not gonna be able to go up, and he's actually forced out off of his Aachen Chapel completely now.
Oh, this is so bad. And look,
Oh.
is he gonna get? He should get it. He should get. Yeah, gets a villager for his trouble too.
Bounty as well.
Oh god, yeah. And the knight makes it out. Like he doesn't have chivalry yet, but it doesn't matter. Like it's so much value here. And our HRE player is being forced to chop wood on the other side of the map, on the other side, outside of range of his Aachen Chapel. So that's super rough. Is Jiggly at least getting anything good going on here?
I mean, he's getting some idle time.
I more meant is, Jiggly like accomplishing anything to save his team.
Oh no, he's purely playing for himself here.
Yeah. French player is going out on deer, like he's taking advantage of his map control. We see an archery range coming down from our Mongol player. You expecting what, Mangudai and archers?
Oh, 100%. I mean, 100% just Mangudai, to be honest.
Oh, really? You think just Mangudai?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Mobility is king in team games like these. So, losing a knight here. Defense held up pretty well. A lot of idle time, though, is still over to Malý Libi. He's been forced to do a little bit of a dance, and he's been just making spears all the time here. I'm not too sure what he's going to be doing with all of his wood just yet. I'm suspecting walls, towers, and archer ranges. While Jiggly is just going castle.
Yeah, that's... I mean... I get... Oh, yeah, Jiggly's actually about to age up. That's an 8-minute age up, even with the pressure he's been under, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I expect our HRE player is just gonna... Honestly, I think they just might...
Wow!
It's a cistern! I can't believe this landmark is actually usable.
It's so great.
I know, but, like, it just shocks me that it is. Like, I remember that being, like, the going cistern being, like, the biggest meme possible. So, the fact that it's not is just really funny to me. A little bit of a skirmish here. Knights on Keshiks.
Jiggly micro.
Pretty good. Yeah, as I said, the micro is pretty good. Unfortunately, Shaker ends up losing a knight there. But the cistern goes up uncontested.
Team Gummi Bears as well, going for Mangudai as well. No real surprise there.
That is what you predicted.
And Catfrax was actually upgrading his Keshiks first. That's fine.
That does make sense. Oh, those spears are gonna have a bad time. But the Keshiks do manage to get a connection there. Oh man! Oh, that's a big
passing. But yeah, you can see here Malý Libi. His current state is kind of a spare archer as well, which is fine. Like, that's the thing, you kind of expected that. He has a really good chapel for it as well to play this. To play it. I do think Jiggly right now as well. I might be wrong, but he should have this on auto gulp, and it does indeed. So these guys should, in theory, never actually properly take any damage, and now he's just able to pump out cataphracts. He has a Grand Winery, which makes him, you know, he's able to pick up some relics, put them in the Grand Winery as well, and that actually allows him to get some passive olive oil incoming.
Yeah, and a little bit of engagement coming in here. I don't think these guys should fight this, even with the gulp. I think this is an overextension.
You'd be surprised. Let me just put it that way.
I think he's out of gulp though.
Oh, it might be.
Yep. But the spears show up and make this a much more equal fight. Like if the spears are able to get on top of these knights, I think it's going to be a bad time. But the Mengadai are doing a very good job of trying to prevent that from happening.
Yeah, and
yeah.
Okay, well.
Okay.
That was a little bit anticlimactic. I wanted to see the dives.
We didn't get any like terrorizing of the town centers. I was told there'd be terrorizing town centers. Okay then. Yeah, I mean, I really don't. Unfortunately, Gummi Bears just wasn't able to get any. Just wasn't able to get any damage onto the town center terrorists. Excuse me.
I was a bit sad.
They just weren't able to get any really like big damage onto them, and it just kind of meant they fizzled out and just ran out of steam.